yours truly, Damian Sogren, back with another Carnival Rewind. And today we take you to the beautiful island of Antigua. With 365 beaches, Antigua is truly a spectacular destination. In addition to that, the island boasts one of the best and most beloved carnival celebrations in the entire Caribbean region. Filled with festivity and flair, One Caribbean Television's Marisol Rivera takes you there.
Starting with the Soca Monarch competition, amazing performance. What do you think about it?
Thank you. Well, I gave my best. I did the best that I could do after all the planning, and I'm glad that it was extracted and I pulled off to it almost 100% how I wanted it.
Thank you.
It's our carnival. We are all Antiguans, and of course it's all about emancipation and celebrating, you know, from our forefathers and all of that. So I mean, it just goes to show that we need to make sure that we come together each and every year to have this celebration. So why not? Let's just do this, go on the road, we back and now, we make music, you know, we make masks, we make pan, we make everything. It's just a whole bundle of fun. That's what it is.
Antigua's carnival is truly inclusive, regardless of age. Anyone is invited and everyone is encouraged to participate. But it's also very encouraging to know that all the young people, the younger generation of participants, fully engage in the culture. Let's check that out.
Tell us again about the message you were trying to convey with your song, Elaine.
All right, Elaine is about an underage girl who goes around older guys to get stuff, or get nice clothes, to get money and so on. And you know, they take advantage of her, they carry her home, they abuse her, they have sex with her, you know. And it's just about trying to stop that, putting that message out there to let people know what's really going on, because most times in Antigua, nothing is said. Nothing is said about these things. So it's all about putting the message out there.
So this here is Lady Claire, who just played her song, What Good is Higher Education? So what good is higher education?
Honestly, in Antigua, we don't know, because it's all about who you know and not what you know.
Ooh, but you're still planning to get an education?
Of course, and further my education in marketing.
The message to the song is trying to tell people stop treating us as slaves, because they know it's happening and they keep on lying and saying that we're free, but we're not really free, because some people have jobs and their employers are treating them like slaves every day when they come to work.
What would you like to be when you grow up?
I'd like to be a pilot.
From Carnival City in Antigua, this is Marisol Rivera.
On the road, Billy, chases, yes, we drinking all their juice tonight, everything.
From Antigua, this is Antigua's Carnival 2017. Right behind me is the Junior Monarch competition, where super talented children as young as 8 years old are showing for the very first time on stage original songs, original choreography, amazing acts, the revving of the crowd. I can imagine this is very hard work for the judges. Are you one of the judges, or would that make it not fair?
No, not fair. No, but it's going to be hard work because this year the junior party monarch, they are very good. They're on the level with our senior ones.
Mr. Brian Chase, the mighty BC, with his song "We Can Do Better." How do you think we can all do better?
People in Antigua must do better because we need to improve on the fighting, the crime and the shooting. Because we have a lot of murders in Antigua and we need to stop this violence right now.
With your song "Keep It Simple," what message did you want to convey?
Well, last year my song was too complicated. So this year I decided to keep it simple to see if that works, to see if I could win the crown with a simple song.
One of our very favorite aspects of covering Carnival has to be pan. And Antigua delivers its very own special dose of sweet steel pan, and our Maricel Rivera has more.
With a band ranger of that amazing band that just played Miss Claudette Peters' song. How did you feel? I mean, you guys really kicked it.
Oh yeah, you got to get into it, man. It's a performance, you know. It's a performance, and you got to give it your all. You know?
And how did you decide to choose Miss Claudette Peters' song?
The committee of the band, they decided to choose this song. We have always played Claudette's pieces. We seem to have an affinity for her, so it works well.
Were you guys at all nervous having Miss Peters dancing around you?
Yes. Oh, no. She was. Oh no, I mean she's a staple to the community, and she's a soca diva. So when she comes out and really shares the culture, it's something that the crowd loves and that the bands love. So it's something that we really like to see her do.
This is my first carnival. What should I not leave Antigua without doing?
Play Mass Monday and Tuesday.
Mass Monday, Tuesday. There you go. Thank you. Claudette Peters, the songwriter and singer of that song that was just played at the Panorama competition. How did you feel about this? Maybe 100 people playing your song in a steel band.
I mean, it's an honor. I mean, it goes to show that, my work is not, put to rest, It's always been relived, especially by the pans, and, being an artist, it just makes me feel like, you know what, I just need to make sure that I produce really, really good music that these people could play it.
And we're here with Mr. Alton Davis, leader of the Harmonites.
See from the audience, it's basically a young teenage, mid-teenage crowd, and steel band is a part of our culture, and we at Harmonites, we're doing whatever we can through our school band program or school outreach program to help keep the culture alive.
Tiny Thomas.
The leader of the Ebonites, that was amazing. I mean, I came here because I was here last year and the Panorama competition was outstanding. What did you do to surpass what you did last year?
Well, we decided, that there's something that we took back from last year. We decided to start a bit early. And, we just committed ourselves to the task. And, through hard work and dedication,
And speaking of homesick, I know you've had for the last few years a serious presence in Antigua's Carnival in particular. That's a big part of home for you. What is what standout memories from you from recent years of Antigua's Carnival? One standout memory.
One standout memory would have been my first Rose Day. My first Rose Day was, again, me taking the risk of doing an event on a Tuesday, bringing in all these artists where, you know, it was never really done before. And everybody was against it. And what happened was that day, all the artists flew in. We had about 6 or 7 international artists. I flew them in. And that night it rained like it was crazy, like a crazy hurricane was passing through. And it was memorable to me because the people that were there, they didn't leave. They stood in the rain. They had a good time. They took off their shirts. They had such a great time just being free. I guess the rain caused everybody to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to make a decision right now. It's either I'm going to go home, I'm going to party. And those who decided to party just put away their phones and just said, you know what, this is it. And it was a very talked about show that year, and led to the next year being a very big year for me. So that I would say that was one of my most memorable moments in Antigua.
As people get ready for tomorrow's Carnival here in Antigua, today is Juve, where everybody has come out for an early morning party, as you can see behind us. What is the meaning of Juve for you guys?
Juve for me is just coming out. It's a day, you do daybreak, from daybreak to sundown and just have fun.
How many years have you been participating of Juve?
Forever.
Forever and ever?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Are you both ladies from Antigua?
Yes, we are.
How many years have you been participating of Juve?
Well, I have been slowing down now, you know. You get to that point where you spectate. But it's been for the past few years. She's young.
But I have lived away for 25 years, and so I've been coming back for the last 5 years or so. So I've been doing this.
Is this a family affair? Are your family members around here?
No, I'm here alone. This is my co-worker, so my ex-co-worker. So, but we try to get together every time that I'm around. So this is really good.
Perfect, yeah. Excellent. Well, keep having fun.
Thank you.
Dale. It's Juve morning in Antigua. No, okay, thanks. Bye. It's Juve morning in Antigua, where the revelers are gathering to party in the bus. Dios mío. How fun is it to stand on the sidelines and just look at everybody go crazy?
It's fun because we don't get wet, we don't get paint on us. It's just cool. It's a nice vibe.
They need 1, 2, 3, 4 fire truck at this bus stop till the at this pub jump on the hot train or you run out alone.
And this, of course, is Captain Cleveland from Tropical Adventures. How important is it to take a day off and participate on Juve morning?
Very lovely, very fun. Antigua is the best in the world.
What band are you jumping with?
Oh, Wadadli. Wadadli Pumas.
Oh, Wadadli band. How deep is that band? How many people?
I think it was over 1,000 people. More than 100. Yeah.
How long have you been, getting ready, doing your outfits and everything for today?
Well, actually, I did 2 days ago. I mean, 3 days prior to.
What? How long has the preparation been for all this? I know you make some sick outfits.
It's like 363 days. Once Carnival finish, we start planning for next year to ensure we can give people value for money. Insane Carnival, expect anything. Come to Antigua, the greatest summer festival.
While down in Antigua enjoying all the non-stop carnival energy and action, some folks may decide to partake in some relaxing, adventurous, or even touristy things. Our Maricel Rivera gives us some pointers.
One of the most famous restaurants in Antigua is Papa Souk's. Right here behind us, let's check it out. And here we are with Faye, which is the woman behind the Papa Souk's, only because Bert is away on holiday or whatnot.
No, night off.
Yeah, night off. But she is the woman that is behind this amazing restaurant, Papa Souk, that has all the locals and the tourists coming night after night. It is not a restaurant, it is a rum bar. Explain how it is that.
Yeah, I mean, we like to keep it simple. My husband likes it to be known as a rum shop and not a restaurant per se. We are very authentic, we are small and Creole. We have an amazing ambiance. I mean, this restaurant could be empty with 2 people and you still have a great vibe and a great ambiance. So, yeah, it's a rum shop. It's not a restaurant.
Well, let's talk about the food. I'm sure she wants to talk about the rum, but let's talk about the food. There is a lionfish menu that we have to take care of amongst the Caribbean people. So can you explain what that has to do with Papa Souk?
Okay, so we're a fish restaurant and obviously we want to sell fish that's sustainable. The lionfish is an invasive species of fish. It's not typical to our waters around Antigua. So this fish eats all the other fish. So it means that if we don't find a way to utilize it, that unfortunately one day we might not have this rum shop restaurant anymore. So the lionfish, we're the only predators, human beings. So we must eat this fish, so we've introduced it to the menu. It's sometimes very difficult to sell because people hear about the lionfish and they think it's poisonous. But to humans, it's totally safe. It's absolutely delicious. And yeah, brilliant.
Not only that, but they have lionfish and they have the biggest rum bar in the Caribbean. It could be in the world. Thank you, Faye. We'll see Bert next hour.
Yes. It was lovely having you guys.
Yeah. What are you gonna be doing to show the world your love? What are we gonna be doing to change the world? Show your love. What are you gonna be doing to show the world your love?
This is my friend Dennis from Stingray City here in Antigua. It's a beautiful tour. Tell us more about it.
Well, here in Antigua, the Stingrays, they're very 100% safe. It's once you stay relaxed, listen to the staff, you're good. But most people are really afraid of the barb. And the barb is just on the tail. You cannot do anything with it. It has no muscle control over the tail. Only so you can get hurt by that is by you jumping up and down in the water.
How many tours do you do in a week?
Well, we offer 4 trips a day, and it all depends on how the guests them call and come. But we offer 4 trips a day.
And how many stingrays do you see at a time?
Well, roughly, you see at least 30 something of them at a time.
And you actually have names for them. I met Rebecca and some of them. How does this happen?
Well, actually, they actually get the idea from the one in the Grand Cayman, and as you can see, it's all natural. They didn't really do anything to it. You just put the platform down and just roped off the area. And but when we started first, we did have the fence because fishermen used to still use the area doing fishing and all of that. But they respect it, so kudos to them.
Kudos for that. Kudos to Antigua, where the beach is just the beginning.
I have the pleasure to be in the company of OCTV's very own Antigua analyst, Antigua correspondent, Antigua Carnival expert, Maricel Rivera. Let me know some of your favorite memories from covering Antigua's Carnival down there on location.
Oh, well, I believe actually Antigua Carnival was my first big carnival. And when I got to Carnival City, I just loved it. The people, the smell of the food, the chicken and the barbecue, the pork, the beers, and then just the music. The day I got there, I'm not sure if we were doing children's Soca Monarch, but I met the loveliest participants and they were just full of energy and they were so professional. But I have to say, something that shocked me and that I had to bring back and tell everyone back home was the panorama competition. I really just think that is so amazing. Listening to dozens and dozens and dozens of people playing the same rhythm at the same time in all these pans, it is just amazing. To some people, it could have been a little bit deafening, but I loved it.
And I know down there you got a chance to encounter a lot of performers and soca artists. Who are some of your favorite that you met up with?
Well, even though it took me like 2 hours to get this guy, it was well worth it. He played, of course, you know, at the end of the night, he was the closing act. And he played with Ezzy Ratigan, and that is Michelle Montano. He is such a sweetheart. I mean, the people who follow him on Instagram know that he's a very spiritual guy, but you wouldn't know that from watching his onstage persona. But when I interviewed him, and not only when I interviewed him, he actually gave us a lot of time. We spoke a long conversation before the camera was rolling. And he's just such a spiritual guy. He really wants to get soca out there to the world. So he's a guy that really loves his roots. He really loves his soca music and really loves his Caribbean people. So Michelle Montano, but of course Claudette Peters, who I saw in the Carnival route, and she recognized me and she looked lovely in her outfit. And I have to say, you know, the Soca Monarch participants are stars in their own right. You know, they're not worldwide known yet, but they're such professionals. And, you know, and I have to say, from Antigua and from other carnivals, I really applaud them because they put so much hard work into it. They bring original songs and they just do a great job and they just leave it on the stage.
I've been working towards this all my life. When I started off singing soca and calypso, the young people didn't like it. They like reggae and they like hip hop and they like foreign music. They didn't appreciate it, but I realized I had to do something to make it young, make it hip, blend it with different things and learn about it. And now I see a lot of other young people involved and, you know, they could gravitate towards it. So now the carnival energy is maturing because guess what? The whole world trying to separate and they're getting depressed and they're getting worried. And we here, so happy we coming together and we party and we have mortgages to pay, but we in costumes and we just having a time. That is what we could give to the universe. You know, the example of how to be joyous, how to really forget your worries. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. So once we get in that mood, this is what the Caribbean represents for me.
serious health crisis in a century.
The pandemic threat has become very real.
The virus has officially taken over.
The breaking news, stay at home. That is the order tonight as the pandemic spreads.
Social gathering and human interaction.
Festivals, concerts are being affected.
It's now a thing of the past.
Non-essential employees to stay home.
We've lost track of days, lost track of time.
It's hard. It's not an easy thing to do.
We don't know how much more of this we can take.
Social distancing is an essential step in preventing the spread of the virus.
This is a new norm.
The threat of a pandemic has become very real.
Better than where I live, no way, no time. You better believe it. This flat is my home. And when I'm not fetting, I'm homesick. I'm home. This place is my home. And when I'm not fetting, I'm homesick. I'm home. But every time that I miss a flat, I start feeling sick. Fetting is like my medicine. Right now I need a hit, so please don't tell me that party done. I go need another. I can't deal with it because I'm homesick. Yeah. I think about me in a dance with a gal, sipping my rum. Ready for drinks, ready for vibes, ready for fun. Run out of patience, we've been waiting way too long. Soon as they open the gates, here I come. I keep hearing that home is where the heart is. I believe it, right now I believe it. It's a no place on the earth like the place that I live. You better believe it. This flat is my home. And when I'm not fetting, I'm homesick. I'm home. This place is my home. And when I'm not fetting, I'm homesick. I'm home. But every time that I miss a fed, I start feeling sick. Fetting is like my medicine. Right now I need a hit, so please don't tell me that party done. I go need another one. I can't deal with it because I'm homesick. Thinking about missing Carnival brings tears to my eyes, but I'm risking it all.
Well, we end on a high note, and I hope you've enjoyed our Antigua Carnival Rewind experience. Yes, yours truly, Damian Sogren. Looking forward to doing this with you again soon, right here on One Caribbean Television, your destination for all things Carnival. See you soon.
No place on the earth like the place that I